Devang Mehta, Senior VP and Head Equity Sales at Anand Rathi Securities on the show. Devang, thanks for joining in. The Bank Nifty's rallied 1,000 points the last 4-5 days. There's some bull case scenarios coming out and buy calls coming in on private banks. What are you recommending to your clients?
Afternoon, Neeraj. Thanks for having me on the show. And yes, I think we have been recommending people to stay put in private banks and also to buy at lower levels. And this has worked very well. I think PSU banks are also now participating in the rally, but we still feel that for a quarter or two, at least the private sector banks would be having an edge over the PSU banks. Stock specific, we continue to like ICICI, Axis, Yes Bank and IndusInd Bank purely on basis of good valuations. And I think almost all of these banks had delivered well in the last quarter, and I feel whatever were the headwinds for, in fact, the banking sector now seem to have become the tailwinds. For example, the current account deficit under control, maybe inflation peaking out, maybe interest rates peaking out. So I think good days are back for banking, and we will continue to ride the rally.
And given that the currency has been fairly stable, that's helped attract FII flows. What is it, that you would do with some of the export-oriented sectors now, like IT and pharma?
I think clearly the portfolio strategy has to be that nobody knows in a month or two what situation the market would be. So it's not at all recommended to completely switch out of defensives. So I think whatever fall we are experiencing in the frontline pharma stocks as well as some of the IT stocks, I think it should be an opportunity to buy those. Maybe you can have your portfolio as a 60-40, where 60 could be your high beta themes like your capital goods or your banking stocks or NBFCs, and your rest 40% has to be probably IT stocks, your consumer or your pharma stocks, and maybe 10% even FMCG stocks which have fallen from at the previous highs.
Any top mid-cap recommendations that have the potential to be multi-baggers according to you?
I think it's time that one stays more in the large cap space and maybe in a large size mid cap space rather than hunting for multi-baggers, which probably I don't know post elections what would be the results, and if there is any problem, then I think that part of the market would be hammered. So we still feel that it is time that one becomes cautious and also bees in quality names like maybe a few example if I can give. Stocks like IDFC has a potential of 30-40% upside from here in another 6 or 9 months. So I think stock like IDFC, something like REC, NBFC like M&M Financial, which had made an all-time high of around 330-340 and fallen down to 240-50. I think it is again around 275, and we feel that there is a substantial upside for these stocks. So I'll be more on the NBFC side in terms of mid caps where there is good value creation left.
Thanks very much then, Devang, for joining in with your portfolio bets as well as your long-term view on the markets.